What's up, ladies and gents? So excited to finally get the chance to show you some of my exclusive Assassin's Creed Origins gameplay. This first video up is going to showcase some free roam, some side missions and stuff like that in 1080. I'm also going to have some more videos that will showcase the game in 4K as well as the gladiatorial arena mode. So, sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's get into Assassin's Creed Origins. So the first thing that I want to talk about is just how beautiful this open world is. I am so glad that they took the time to reevaluate their main goals for making a fun Assassin's Creed game. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there are a lot of changes. This is not going to be your mom's Assassin's Creed. This is kind of making its own way into the future. And I'm going to show you a lot of different things that have changed, especially right here as you take a look at some of this gameplay. So first of all, the combat is different. Alright, and when I mean different, I mean no longer are you going to have those smooth execution kills where you can go from one enemy to the other. It is not like that anymore. Okay, you still get cool execution kills, but now the only really cool execution kills that you will get are the final enemy in a group of enemies that you are facing off against. Now, as you can see, the meter that shows above, depending on if you've been caught or not, is the same pretty much from the Far Cry games, and you can still reach behind certain enemies and assassinate them. Obviously, as you can also see, there are certain aspects of Far Cry that really make its way into this game, like, say, the cages and whatnot, the animals, and you can use that to your advantage. You can say, before I came into this, I could have let this cage out, and I could have had this lion here just take care of everything for me. Or, as you can see, I can make the lion go ahead and fight this, so it'll pretty much attack anything you want to. Now, there are just so many things to talk about, so I'm going to try to get through them all. There's going to be multiple videos in this series of mine here, again, in using the different types of upgrades and stuff like that that have changed in the Assassin's Creed series. So you'll notice that all enemies have now pretty much a health bar above their head. This is now how can I say this? This game is no longer the game that you used to play. Okay, this is now an RPG-centered title. So if you're a fan of games like The Witcher 3, it has a very heavy use from that. And that's not saying that's a bad thing, but they're definitely going in the RPG direction. And just a little bit from now, you're going to really get a sense of that RPG progression and why. There's one problem that I have with that, which we'll go over in just a little bit. But obviously, I'm trying to get this line here, but just can't see. He's having too much fun eating there. But as you can see, they're like little mini things that you can grab hold of, and you can set fires and stuff like that. It's really cool. So we finally took it out. Also, you need to loot animals and stuff like that, so you can get for crafting materials. He is considered the first assassin. So with all of the critiques that I'm going to give on this game, and there's not many, but there's just a few, and most of it is all positive, you need to come from the perspective that this is the first assassin. And this is the way that I like to think of it as. So because this is the first assassin, all of those things that you got used to in the original Assassin's Creed games that we've played in the past, it's all different, because this is the first assassin. He didn't have a specific way of doing things. Now, what he starts is going to be technically the future of the assassins, and from there they will develop the skills that you normally see assassins have. Here it's different. It's like you can't just, all of a sudden, as you can see, I can't just jump on an enemy and assassinate him. Okay, it is a ability that you actually have to get. And here's the abilities that you actually go. As you can see, air attack. So in order to get this, we need to purchase it. But as you can see, every time you level up, that is when you get your purchase points. So right now we're almost at level 21. So we can't do specifically an air assassination just yet. It is an RPG. We have to acquire that specific perk and ability in order to do so. Now you'll also notice that the enemies that we're facing off against right now are the same level as us. And I don't want to spoil anything, but once we get to there in just a few minutes, you're going to see one of the criticisms that I have about the game and its new direction. So now that we've got enough loot and we've upgraded our XP to level 21, we can actually go and get this air attack. We're going to try it and see how it works. So stealth is still the main forefront of this game. That's not changed. So if you're a fan of stealth, this is still going to be that perfect game for you, okay? So stealth fans out there, don't fear. One of the things that I'm a little upset about is the fact that there is not going to be any 100% synchronization. As of right now, at least. Who knows, it can change. But as of right now, there are no longer specific objectives that you can complete to get that 100% sync, you know, that for the completion sync there. So here is a little bit the air assassination that we just unlocked. As you can see, works the same, but you just have to unlock it. So combat requires the use of a shield and your, you know, arm. You've got bow and arrow, all different kinds of things. You also have sleep darts, so if you prefer to take everyone out stealthy, you can do that as well, just like always and before. Of course, the crouch button is back, so you're able to be stealthy just like you were in every manner before. So obviously, hopefully, in every Ubisoft game that requires stealth, they will put a crouch button in from now on. I would hope so. So I think it's been around since Unity, and it's really hard going back to the previous Assassin's Creed games when there's no crouch button involved. So once you complete a certain section, or a base camp, or whatever, as you can see, there is a little marker that says, that has a checkpoint around it, meaning that you've done it. Now this, as you can see, the area is the main mission. I will show off that main mission, but I don't think I'm going to show it off here just yet, and I'll have specific videos for those main missions so you can kind of get a taste for exactly how the normal gameplay is as far as main missions. But I would like to show you guys some more things, especially kind of show you a little bit of the underwater kind of world. The underwater world is really, really cool because there's so much that you can actually do underwater, more than any other Assassin's Creed game. So it's pretty much like a whole underwater adventure. So there's caves, there's like little areas underwater that you can go to that have loot that are all a part of the main story, as well as just side things that you can do. But we're going to go right now to the other side of the map. Now you can get there via fast travel, obviously, by unlocking the viewpoints. These are your main kind of modes of transportation, are the boats, and you can maneuver very, very quickly by holding down the RT, so that allows you to get obviously, you know, pretty fast. I've never seen water and an underwater section in an RPG look as good as it does here. It is truly, truly amazing. Remember, this is only 1080p, and I'm going to be showing you some of this in 4K, and it's just going to blow you away. But I wanted to leave this video with less editing around, just to really, really show you just how long it takes to get from, say, one area to the other. And this is how it's going to be. Remember, this is not a big sprawling city. There are going to be big cities in this game, but this area is definitely more of the open kind of area where there's not as many buildings or anything like that. You got to remember the time period that you're in, but there is going to be cities like Alexandria that will be big, massive cities where you can go along the rooftops and have that classic Assassin's Creed. But remember, the direction they're going with is not the Assassin's Creed that you know and love, okay? So you're going to have to take a step back and realize that this is definitely more RPG oriented. So, and this is where I'm going to give it a little bit of a critique for me. I loved pretty much every aspect of the game that I played except just a few things, and we're going to get into that right here. As you can see just how beautiful this underwater area is. So obviously we're into a new area, and it is a restricted area, of course. So in a normal Assassin's Creed game, you're just thinking to yourself, alright, we can go around here and we can start stealthing everybody. Excuse me, everybody. So use your drone/eagle. every Ubisoft game has that drone mechanic in it now. But this kind of actually makes sense. I like the way that they're using it. It's an eagle, and it allows us to see the battlefield. Remember, this is a video game. So you can mark your enemies just like you could before, this time using the eagle. And now, as you can see, their levels are 25. If you remember correctly, I'm a level 21 right now. So you're going to get to camps, just like you did in Far Cry, where you're going to have enemies that are way higher level than you. This is where I feel the game has completely changed. And for me, not for the better. And I'll be honest with you guys. I loved all of the game. I mean, I couldn't stop playing. I played like 4 hours of this, and I played missions over and over again. But this was just one aspect, only one aspect right here that I just couldn't get myself to like or to, it just really got on my nerves. And you're going to see what it is right here. So when you're a level 21 and you're going up against a level 25, it doesn't matter. There's no stealth. No stealth whatsoever. And I mean that by this. Perfect assassination. Nope. There is no stealth. You cannot assassinate an enemy, even if they don't see you, even if you sneak up behind them. Doesn't matter. If they are a higher level than you, you will not be able to stealth them. Period. That is my biggest concern about this game, and the fact of this. So if you're trying to be that wanderer, that guy that likes to go around and just have as much fun as possible, explore and everything like that, and you come across a camp or a section where they're way higher level than you, don't do it. You can't do it. You have to stick to the main mission, or you have to find other activities that don't require you to have no stealth involved. Now, as you can see, I'm going against a level 25 character here, and you see how long it can take me to actually take him out. This is the abilities that you have are actually pretty good. The combat's really fun. Again, however, the biggest problem is that as a level 21, your character does very little damage to anyone that's above him. Now, that was a level 20, so you can see that, yes, we'll take him out easily, very easily. You don't have to worry about any of that because you are able to take out level 20s or level 21s, anyone that actually you can go one up. So if I were to go up against a level 22, I'm still able to assassinate him and take him out pretty easily. Now, as you can see, they drop loot. So once you kill some of those guys, you can get legendary loot and allows you to get better weapons, and those weapons have hit points range. So think of it as this way. Think of it as even your hidden blade is a weapon that has a certain amount of hit points. So because your blade is at level 21, even if you stealth a guy, you will not be able to kill him because your blade is only at level 21. So this 25 guy here, you're going to see that we're going to sneak up behind him. Just like in previous Assassin's Creed games, piece of cake, you'd be able to take him out. That's not the case here because he is a level, see, stealth attack. So you can get up behind him and everything, but he will automatically block it, and that's it. And especially since this guy is more of a brute, you'll see all of the amount of the lack of damage that I'm actually doing against him. And because of this, this game does not encourage you to go off and explore camps that you're not prepared or ready for, right? Whereas before you could just go in. This is an RPG, so as you can see, I'm not doing a lot of damage to him, right? Even if I knock him down or whatever, it's doing a little bit of damage. It's all hit points, and you can see that show up above. But he'll take you out very quickly in just like 1 or 2 hits because of his level. As you can see, boom, desynchronization. So, again, because of that, that is probably the biggest thing that I would have to say really kind of gets on my nerves so far in this game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and kind of do a little bit more exploring here. You can see the map. The map is like freaking huge. This is one of the biggest Assassin's Creed games ever. But look at this. Now, what I want you to see is how he puts his hand out like Gladiator from Russell Crowe when he's slowly walking across this. Now, before, it used to be in the Assassin's Creed games, especially from Black Flag on, where the only time that you could actually stealth was when you're in these high vegetation kind of areas. But now that's no longer the case. But I'm so glad that all of this lush vegetation and just the overall look of the game is truly beautiful. I mean, once you see the viewpoint, it's going to blow you away. This game's lighting is so perfect, and I'm so glad that they've taken the time to make sure that all of this was done correctly. Just look at this. And I actually feel like I'm in this time period. The random NPCs on screen, as you can see, getting down quickly is back. And it's all streamlined. I really haven't gone over kind of the movement controls just yet, but let me explain it to you this way. So no longer do you have to get in that little kind of weird hand rotation when you're trying to move around this world. So if you want to run, you press the left thumbstick as forward as it can go. If you want to slowly walk, then you press it lightly. It's all on the left thumbstick. Now, if you want to climb, it's as simple as holding down the A button. So whenever you want to get up anywhere, so free running is pretty much just holding forward on the left thumbstick and then not pushing forward, but holding forward like you're moving forward, and then just holding down A. That's all you have to do in order to climb and to get up and to maneuver around the world. That's a lot easier than all of the ways that it used to be. Now again, one of the things I still don't like about Assassin's Creed is the fact that they make it with the A button instead of like a shoulder button, because I for one like to move the camera around while I am like trying to run or trying to climb or stuff like that. I prefer to be able to move the camera around. You still can't do that. I'm trying here to shoot some of these. I know you can do it, but I just didn't get lucky on this one. But just look at the beauty. I mean, how can I say this? It's so beautiful. I spent so many hours, and of course, the classic hay barrels and haystacks are there, like always. But you have to tell yourself. So why is the combat different? Obviously, it's an RPG. But if you want to ground it in the reality based of why is it different, this is how you can do that. He's the first assassin. He didn't have the skills that assassins trained through generations upon generations upon generations, and when you get to Altair, you know, it's starting to get like their combat's starting to get better and better. He's just one guy, and he's doing what he can. Also, another thing to note in this game is that everything is climbable. There is no limitations when it comes to something that's climbable. Now, most games in the past, Assassin's Creed, the only way you could climb something is if it looked like it was climbable. Here, anything is climbable. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look like it's climbable. It's climbable. So you see that rock, all those rocks in the distance, right? You would think, well, I have to, you know, there'll be a highlighted spot that'll tell me that this is where I can climb, this is what I can do. Nope, it's all climbable. And of course, calling your horse and jumping on it, just like Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, is, yeah, I know, I for some reason I thought I could swim with the horse in the water. Yeah, I just having too much fun kind of maneuver around this area. But yes, you can easily get on your horse, you can mount your horse while it's in the middle of running. That way you can do some quick maneuvers to maybe chase somebody or whatnot. But as you can see, as we climb these, that's obviously climbable, you can tell. But what I'm going to show you is that everything else is climbable. Right here, I know it looks a little different, but think about it this way. It has to be something that you can actually reach, right? So again, it's all climbable. You can just freely move up, and it's amazing. And there's so many distinct different types of environments even in this one little demo. You've got desert environments, these mountain kind of environments here, of course the water. I mean, there's just so many different players in this small and tiny portion of the game, which is this little demo area that we got to play around in. And we had 3 main story missions that we could actually play with, and there's a few side things. And again, I'll have those in 4K just because I want to show them off in all of their glory, but this is just regular kind of free roaming gameplay in 1080 for you guys. Now, right now we're just kind of exploring and heading over into other areas that maybe you wouldn't have seen in other people's videos, because I did play a lot of this, so I wanted to show off as much as possible. And here is a new region, Uab Gnome. Now, some things in this demo you cannot do, like this right here. You're supposed to get on top of that right there where you see that like kind of meditation area there, and you can meditate, and it would be like some type of mini game or some type of something that you can get into. However, in this demo specifically, there is nothing that you can do with it, but I don't know yet because again, I'm just exploring, trying to figure things out, not knowing that this is not something you can do in the demo. But again, I'm just showcasing as much gameplay as I can because I really want to stress to you guys how impressed I am with this game. Yes, there are a few shortcomings. The possibility of no 100% synchronizations for each mission. The exclusion of being able to stealth enemies if they're above your level. is two things that really that bring me back, you know, and have me a little worried. But it's something that obviously you're going to have to get used to. It's going to take me a while to consider this game an RPG when you've spent the past 10 years now. Well, it's 11 years. 2006 was when it was when it was made, but Assassin's Creed came out, I think, in 07. So it's been about 10 years that we've had the pleasure of playing an Assassin's Creed game. So you have to just take yourself out of it and realize that this is coming from a new perspective. I love that right there. And once you do that, then you're going to see just how awesome it is. A lot of the same aspects are there. It's the Assassin's Creed you know and love. There are just a few things, RPG elements that they added to really change a lot in the game. Now, it's very subtle sometimes, but sometimes it's not. So you just kind of got to get used to it and see what you can do with it. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the gameplay as we're just kind of maneuvering around here, doing some free roam stuff. If you guys want to see some coverage of this game with no commentary, please let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to show you some gameplay, some free roam of this game without commentary, so you can just kind of sit back and really relax and enjoy it without some guy talking over it. I always feel uncomfortable when I'm talking over a game that I already played, as opposed to when I am talking over a game that I'm in the middle of playing. So, like, unfortunately, this is not live commentary. So, and then there's more sections here. Now, these sections are so far outside of the main kind of bubble, but all of this is, you can get to all of it. But you'll go see there's another base camp over here with more level characters that are way higher than you. So, again, they did assure me that every time you do a main mission, you will be able to stealth everybody, because all main missions that you do will always be enemies that are the same level or one higher than you. So with that being said, when you're doing all the main missions, all of that is the same. You will be able to stealth and assassinate and to do all of that if you are playing main missions. It's just sometimes we like to go outside of doing normal missions and explore and take over camps and all that kind of stuff. But you can still do it. You can still fight your way through it. You know, get really good at the combat, fight your way through it. But I want to stealth my way through it, and it's unfortunate that you can't do those outside of the main mission stealthy. So here's another aspect of this game, which is not as much fleshed out as, say, some of the previous ones, like Assassin's Creed 3. But yes, you can hunt and stuff like that. There are going to be certain areas where this specific thing is a hippopotamus lair. So there's the hippopotamus king, I guess. And you can take out the hippopotamus king and you can get the treasure that's around there. Or you don't even have to. You can just rush in there and evade their strikes and get the treasure. So usually there's always some type of treasure around these areas. But in order to complete the lair, you just need to take out the one hippopotamus right there, the king hippopotamus. And what's cool is that when you're aiming, it tells you exactly how much damage you're doing to a specific enemy, dependent on where you place the arrow. So as you saw, when I had the arrow over its head, it did way more damage than when I had the arrow over its body. And it showed that damage before you actually did it. Again, there's also sleeping darts. So you can throw these things at them to take them out silently if you don't want to actually kill them. And that, of course, allows you to reach in and grab the loot that you want to do. So there's a lot of aspects to this game that just amaze me. When you want to pick up any type of loot, no longer do you have to go through the animation of actually picking it up. It's all instantaneous, and you can do it while on horseback, that you saw in the beginning of the video, where you're able to shoot an animal and then you can loot it while you're still on horseback riding. Also, the horseback riding combat is amazing as well. You can fight anybody you want. You can do executions, you can do all that kind of stuff while you're on horseback, which you're going to get ambushed a lot in the game when you're on horseback, so there'll be enemies that'll be coming running at you, just like Red Dead Redemption, and you can take them out super, super easy and quick. I just love the water effects in this game, though. And again, if you're in water, they can come after you. It's so... I remember the first time that happened to me, it scared the crap out of me because I was getting my way up on a ship, and then there was a big crocodile right behind me, and literally, it almost got me. I was so close. As you can see, it's a level 22, so it's a higher level than me, but it's only one up, so a little bit easier to take out. But as you can see, health-wise, they do a lot of damage. Health is not... It's replenishable, but it takes a little bit longer. So you got to be smart what you're going to do when it comes to combat. Alright, so next up I'm going to actually show you just how beautiful this game is. Look at this. So we are at the synchronization. There's only one synchronization point in this demo, and this is it. And it's beautiful. Just thinking of the process that it takes to make games look like this is, I don't understand it. I never want to understand it because I just want to live in this world and feel it. And they've done an amazing job at making me feel like I'm a part of this world. So now I'm going to show you some of that horse combat that you can get into. So the objective that we were heading to is all the way on the side. So clearly if we wanted to, we can just go across the water. And we can get there a lot quicker, but I wanted to take the more scenic route of actually going all the way across the map while horseback riding. And it's very easy to do. Again, you maneuver just by using the left thumbstick. And you have your light attacks and heavy attacks when it comes to this combat. So we're going to take a look at a little bit of it. These are lower levels, so they're pretty easy to take out. As you can see, you can pick up the loot, and sometimes they'll drop some really cool stuff. And the maneuverability of the horse is actually quite surprisingly well. I could turn on a dime. Everything was automatic. I just had to press forward. I didn't have to press A or anything like that. If I wanted to jump over something, the horse would automatically know that I would need to jump over. And there you go. And again, everything is XP driven, so you're just continually fill up that XP every single time you do something. It's just so beautiful, and there's going to be lots of customizations, especially with your clothing, the weapons. This is, if you remember correctly, or if I remember correctly, Unity had a lot of customization, probably the most customization in any Assassin's Creed game, and I feel like this one is going to definitely rival that when it comes to customization. You're going to be able to craft all of your cool items and weapons and stuff and tools to use to do this. Now there's going to be so many upgrades. There's a parry upgrade, so if you time the shield right, you can parry, and that way you can get in a few hits. It's very, very hard to pull off. It's definitely more challenging than normal. And here's like a little mini game, and you've seen these before, like especially in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I've seen a lot similar to this, where you take a shape and you need to put it somewhere in the environment. And in this case, it's the map of the stars. So what you're going to do is you're going to find, and yes, there's some glitches and stuff out. Remember, this is a pre-alpha build, or excuse me, an alpha gameplay. So you need to match up where exactly it is. So as you can see clearly, it's going to be over here. Now, what does this do for you? I don't really 100% know yet, but you can kind of see like a hippo there. There also is a day and night cycle, so I will show you guys some gameplay of nighttime, and in order to do that, it's actually pretty easy. You just, if you're playing on controller, you just have to hold in the left thumbstick, click it in, and hold it, and it'll automatically go to nighttime, and it's so beautiful during the night. This whole world is beautiful. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this long gameplay of mine. This is just one of many videos that I'm going to do that's showcasing Assassin's Creed Origins. So let me know what you guys think. I want your real and honest opinions. Do you like some of the changes that they've made? What do you think about the possibility of not having 100% synchronization? Does it bother you that that's not in there? Now, I don't mean 100% like you can't do everything in the world. Of course you can. But I mean during missions where you won't have that optional objective, or the supposed real way that the assassin went and did that mission. Like maybe he stealth killed someone, or maybe he knocked someone into the water, you know those optional things that you were able to do to get 100% sync. What do you think about that? If it's not in the game, will you be upset? Are you still going to want to play it? Also, what do you think about the whole RPG system and how that's, you know, using RPG instead of being able to stealth enemies that are above you. Now everyone has a level that you want to just constantly kind of grind to get up to the highest level you can and then go around and do stuff? Or how are you going to play this game? I really would like to know in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've enjoyed playing this. Again, I'm going to have many more videos showcasing some gameplay in 4K, and it's going to blow you away. If this blew you away, it's going to completely blow you away. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, and of course, I will see you next time. Peace out.
شعاب وهم نو والردات